What's up? How's it going? Just making sure everything's getting going, going. Everything is working before I get started. That looks like it's working. Got 3 more drinks to try today. Start with this one. So we got Olipop in a tiny little can. The mini. We've got Bead Love Orange Blossom Electrolyte drink. Cool looking. I like that color mix. And then VA Energy Cherry Lime. So, interesting mix today. I'll start with the little one because it's tiny. It's going to get warmer sooner. All right, so for this stuff, I'm just going to go over each drink, like the nutrition facts and details and and all that. And yeah, and then I'll swap to the next one. Look at the comments, see if anyone said anything. But between my presentation, whatever you want to call it, I'll probably not look at the comments. So, need to put Twitch into emote mode. There we go. All right. First up, take a look at this Olipop Strawberry Vanilla. This is one of the mini cans, so quite a bit smaller than usual. 7.5 fluid ounce, 222 milliliters. The nutrition facts contains 11% juice, 25 calories, 20 milligrams of sodium. We got 3 grams of dietary fiber, 3 grams of total sugars, and that's it. And then for the ingredients, carbonated water, Ali Smart, which is their mix of fiber and such. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. Strawberry juice concentrate, cassava root syrup, apple juice concentrate, lemon juice concentrate, stevia leaf, Himalayan pink salt, natural flavors. Yeah. Let me wipe this off and I'll do a close up. There it is. Store anywhere, chilled to enjoy. So this is a strawberry vanilla, a new kind of soda. 7.5 fluid ounce, 222 milliliters for this little mini can. And for the nutrition facts, contains 11% juice, 25 calories, 20 milligrams of sodium, 3 grams dietary fiber, 3 grams of total sugars. So at least from this perspective, it's very nice. But you are getting a small can. Carbonated water, Ali Smart, which is cassava root fiber, acacia fiber, guar fiber, Nepal cactus, marshmallow root, whatever that says, calendula flower, kunzu root. Wow, okay. Strawberry juice concentrate, cassava root syrup, apple juice concentrate, lemon juice concentrate, stevia leaf, which is a low-calorie sweetener sugar alternative. It's one of the quote-unquote healthier, newer ones, but yeah, do your research on that and understand what you're drinking. Himalayan pink salt, natural flavors. I do know some people that claim to or have family that are allergic to stevia. So, yeah, just read up on that. So that's it for the info on it. Little tiny can. don't think I've had this flavor. In the past, for me, the fiber and such was a little extreme for Olipop, but this is a smaller can, so maybe it won't be as bad for me. We'll see. I'll find out today after the stream. Anyways, let's pop it open. Do it right here. There we go. Actually, I'm going to take a sip from the can here. It just really isn't much to it. So excluding the sip, you're not getting a lot of drink here. There we go. So that's what it looks like. See some of the carbonation, naturally colored, which is nice. When I took that sip, it wasn't very carbonated, so don't expect this to be super bubbly. Yeah. Doesn't really have a strong smell to it. Doesn't smell bad. All right. Again, this is the Olipop strawberry vanilla in the tiny mini can. So 7.5 fluid ounce. Let's try it out. Yeah, the carbonation is very minimal. Even though I can see it, it just isn't super noticeable in my mouth. Pretty nice flavor to it. A little bit sweet. Very, very, very slightly tangy sour, but it's not much. Kind of reminds me of a cream soda in the flavor profile. So it's probably the vanilla flavoring. It does have actual strawberry juice. Let's see. Strawberry juice concentrate, lemon juice concentrate, and then it's got that stevia. I do think the stevia is still noticeable. Even with the juice. Stevia has a distinct aftertaste, but it's not extreme. If you've never had stevia, you might be like, oh, but I'm kind of used to it at this point. Overall, I'd say the flavor to me is pretty pleasant. Again, there is some of that aftertaste from stevia, which is kind of, you have to get used to it. But other than that, I think it tastes pretty good. Yeah, kind of a cream soda in strawberry form. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of strawberry, vanilla. Pretty smooth. It does have that fiber in there, which I'll find out if it messes me up later today. But it's a smaller can, so it shouldn't be as bad in my case. I like the flavor combo here. Pretty nice, but you know, that's personal preference. So, sorry. There must be some carbonation. All right. Other than that, yeah. If you just don't want a lot of liquid, you don't want a big drink, maybe the minis make sense for you. It's a nice little burst of something instead of water. So maybe it makes sense to get these smaller ones, up to you, depending on what your needs are and preferences are. but it is 7.5 fluid ounce is kind of not much to me, so it's fine. But yeah, I think price would be the big factor for me to consider these. Anyways, that was the Olipop strawberry vanilla mini version. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. Going to clear out my cup because I've got 2 more drinks. And I only have 2 cups with me. Any comments, questions? If you're on Twitch, I can turn off emote mode, but probably just leave it. See, maybe I'll fully wipe this cup out so it doesn't get any mixed flavors. There we go. That should be good. And all right. Next up, we've got these two. I think I'll go for the electrolyte thing next. It's called Be Love. Peace. Yeah. Next up, take a look at this Be Love Orange Blossom Electrolyte drink. 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters. Yeah. They say balanced electrolyte beverage. For the nutrition facts, 0 calories, 220 milligrams of sodium, 10% of your daily value. I usually say a bag of chips is like 6% of your daily value, like a little bag. So this is a little bit, this is 4% more daily value in sodium compared to a bag of chips. And then we've got 0 grams of everything else. There is potassium and magnesium in here. And for the ingredients, reverse osmosis water, natural flavors, sea salts, citric acid, magnesium malate, potassium chloride, and stevia leaf extract. So again, with the stevia, my previous drink had stevia in it. It's a low-calorie sweetener. This one's made in Austin, Texas. And let's see, I think that's good. There's a bunch of marketing info. I'll show that up close. You can read it for yourself. I like this gradient. It's very visually appealing. Be Love. Balanced electrolyte beverage. And Orange Blossom. 12 fluid ounce, 355 milliliters. 0 calories, 220 milligrams of sodium. So again, it's if you compare it to a bag of chips, that's going to be maybe 6% versus 10%. So this has more sodium than a bag of chips. Potassium 45 milligrams, magnesium 15 milligrams. And for the ingredients, we've got reverse osmosis water, natural flavors, sea salt, citric acid, magnesium malate, potassium chloride, and stevia leaf extract, which is a low-calorie sweetener sugar alternative. Read up on that and know what you're drinking. Then they're in Austin, Texas. That. So we've got this thing on here that says 1 can gives 10 people access to clean water, according to them. And there's some marketing info. I'm not going to bother reading this out loud. I'm going to say 0 sugar, 220 milligrams of sodium, 45 milligrams of potassium, 15 milligrams of magnesium. Love is a virtue, according to them. All right. I think that's it for the can. I really like this gradient. Anyways. Yeah. Pop it open. There we go. So it is not carbonated as far as I can tell. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. It looks like water. Not sure what to expect with this one. Huh. I can smell it. Hmm. Yeah, kind of floral smelling, which makes sense because it's called Orange Blossom. Again, this is Love Orange Blossom Balanced Electrolyte Beverage. Let's try it out. Yeah, it is different. I can definitely taste the sodium. There is flavor going on. It's not very sweet tasting. Flavor wise, yeah, there's a little bit of the orange taste. I think generally it's hard to even describe the flavor here. Yeah, there's a bit of sweetness, but not much. Kind of tastes like orange. Doesn't have any actual juice in here. That I don't think. Let me see. I can't see up close without with my glasses. So citric acid, sea salt, natural flavors, potassium chloride. So there's very small amount of citric acid. Combine that with the kind of orange-esque taste. That's pretty much what you get. It's not super strong tasting. Hmm. If you don't mind the sodium, like the strong sodium taste, or whatever I would call it. Yeah, I guess just call it sodium. Uh, I think the orange and the little bit of citric acid is decent tasting. It's not bad tasting to me. It is very different. So if you specifically need or want a higher sodium drink for some reason, maybe you're doing sports, maybe you have some sort of condition or something where it makes sense for you to have a high sodium diet, this could be something worth checking out at the very least. Me specifically, I wouldn't go out of my way to drink something like this, except maybe if I'd play Dance Dance Revolution, so I could see drinking one of these while doing that. That would make sense to me. Other than that, I just wouldn't drink it for the fun of it. The flavor's fine. I think the bit of orange taste is nice. But again, I don't think I could see a situation where I would just drink this for the sake of it, unless I had a specific purpose, like a specific reason to want this sort of electrolyte, higher electrolyte drink. Like if you were sick or something and you needed electrolytes, maybe something like this, or instead of Pedialyte or one of those drinks, this might make sense, right? Uh, Things like that, or workouts and whatever else. I'm just speculating, but what would make sense, really? But for me, again, maybe some Dance Dance Revolution exercise. Maybe I'll get one of these for that at one point and see how it works. But yeah, that was a unique one. Bead Love Orange Blossom. Interesting. All right. Next up, whoops, just clanked my cups. All right. Any comments, questions before I go to this one? I forgot to change my. Oops. Anyways, I feel like something in my eye. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna drink some water after that. Next up, VA Energy Cherry Lime. This is 11.5 fluid ounce, 341 milliliters. The nutrition facts: 1% juice, 5 calories, 15 milligrams of sodium. Let's see. Has vitamin C, niacin, B6, B12. And then for the ingredients, we've got water, sweet potato juice from concentrate, natural flavors, citric acid, malic acid, stevia, sweetener. So I've drank 3 different drinks today that all have stevia in them. Caffeine from black and green tea, vitamin C, tomato lipotine. It's kind of hard to read this. Extract for color, lipocene. I'm not sure. The font is kind of like offset. Anyways, yeah, I think that's mostly it. I'll do a close up and go over this again so you can see for yourself. VA Energy. Steady energy and supports focus according to them. 0 sugar, cherry lime. Then it's 11.5 fluid ounce, 341 milliliters. There's a bit of marketing info. Supports focus. What does that say? 115 milligrams of caffeine for the can. And it says comparatively to a similar sized coffee, 138. So this is less caffeine than a coffee. Gluten-free, non-GMO. Shake well before opening. 1% juice, 5 calories, 15 milligrams of sodium. We've got vitamin C, niacin, B6, B12 at different amounts. Then for the ingredients, water, sweet potato, juice from concentrate, natural flavors, citric acid, malic acid, stevia sweetener, which is a low calorie sweetener sugar alternative. Read up on that. Know what you're drinking. Caffeine from black and green tea. The vitamins. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is made in Camden, New Jersey. All right. Try this out. Here we go. Oh, I'm supposed to shake it. Oh well. I don't think this is carbonated. Let's see. No. We'll put the whole thing in here. Minus one sip. So it has natural coloring from tomato. It's very kind of a. It's got a very slight pink look to it. It's hard to show on camera. Yeah. But almost clear. There we go. Let's do a smell test. Smells pretty nice. I can kind of smell some of the sweet potato or some sort of mix of fruit and vegetable type of smell. It's got sweet potato juice from concentrate, natural flavors. Yeah. Oh yeah, the cherry is noticeable. Again, this is V8 Energy Cherry Lime. Let's try it out. Pretty strong flavor to it. I think there's enough flavor that it'd be good with ice in a glass. Yeah, it's got the cherry flavor, and also I kind of feel like the sweet potato is noticeable in this. It's like almost a little bit grainy or thick. There's a slight tang, slight sourness, but it's not super. It's not super noticeable. It does have has citric acid and malic acid, and then stevia for the sweetener. I think they went pretty hard with the stevia in this one because it's got the classic stevia aftertaste. Yeah, it does remind me of any type of V8 styled, not the vegetable juices, but every type of V8 sweet drink. It's got that classic taste to it. Yeah. It's not bad. Uh, I would prefer something carbonated, but if you don't like carbonated drinks, this might make sense. You get, let's see, how much caffeine was it? 115 milligrams of caffeine for the can, which is a pretty reasonable amount. Obviously, if you're sensitive to caffeine, don't drink this. It's still a noticeable amount of caffeine. Other than that, there are some vitamins, vitamin C, niacin, B6, B12. The flavor to me isn't, I wouldn't say the flavor is like amazing to me, but it's there. And, depending on what you like, you might like it. Yeah. I don't mind it. I don't know if I'd go out of my way to drink this in the future, but if it's really chilled, really cold, maybe add some ice, I could see drinking this. Get a bit of caffeine, some sort of cherry type flavor, a little tiny bit of citrusy sourness. Yeah. Overall, not too bad. But I think in this specific case, I think that the flavor profile is going to be a big factor to whether you like it or not. To me, the stevia is very noticeable and it adds an aftertaste of that. So, not the most amazing flavor to me, taste wise. Anyways, that was the VA Energy Zero Sugar Cherry Lime. All right. That is it for today with my little drink reviews. I go by various names on all these platforms, but I do this stuff, but I also do tech and photography equipment. I've got this thing company sent me. I'll be doing a stream on. It's a mechanical keyboard. So that's coming up. Let's write some notes and such. Looks pretty cool. It's from Red Dragon. There's that. Stuff like that. Besides drink reviews. Anyways, I'm gonna head out for now. If you want to follow, sorry, whichever platform you're on watching, feel free. That'd be nice. So yeah, there's that, and also YouTube. I'll sign out of there as well. I'm gonna swap to my other YouTube channel. So I'll be going to there. Only 6 views, but 100% unmute rate. Oh, that's a high click-through ratio. Wait. These stats don't make sense. So I had more clicks than I had views. That doesn't make sense. It does not calculate. Or, well, I guess 6 people could click more than one link. So I guess that counts. But yeah, and he was going to swap YouTube channels. So yeah. So there's that.